Hi everybody, it's Suzanne. I'm gonna add a masculine and feminine video this week, or masculine and feminine reading this week for you. So under the same premise of the readings that I've already been doing. But the one difference is we're going to look at the intuition for the masculine, what the masculine's intuition is or what they're feeling, and what the feminine's intuition is right now as a general collective. Okay? So we're going to pull those cards first. This is the last reading that I'm doing today. And then the rest of the readings will be posted probably earlier than noon, but by noon tomorrow on Tuesday. Okay, so here we have the feminine intuition, and here we have the masculine intuition. The feminine will be on top, the masculine will be on the bottom, all right? These cards here, the only difference with these cards is with the court cards. So the page in this deck is the princess, the knight is the prince, the queen is the queen, and the king in this deck is actually the knight. And that's the one that can be the most confusing for people. So just remember, this deck, the knight is actually the king. Okay. And then we have the masculine's energy down here. Whoops, that was a terrible shuffle. Okay. Barn, what are you doing? Did you just eat Mommy's cheesy rice? Yeah. See, I love it, Barn. I just love it. Okay. Oh, that's my Barney voice. That's the voice I've given Barney. Okay. So here we go. All right. So we're going to turn over all of the feminine cards first, okay? Because we're going to get a theme. Ooh, 4 of Wands. Twinflame card. Knight of Swords. Remember, this is the King of Swords. 8 of Wands. And then we have 6 of Swords. Okay, so let's add this up here. So we have 4, and then the knight, or I'm sorry, the king is a value of 1. So we have 5, and then we have 8. 5 and 8 is 13. 13 and 6 is 19. 19 broken down is 10, which is broken down to a 1. That's really interesting. So the feminine energy is, with this number 1 as a theme, that's action. So the feminine in some way could be taking some sort of action for herself, within herself, could be taking some action potentially around communication with the masculine, or in some other way. That's interesting. All right, so let's see for the masculine where we're at here. All right, so we have the Emperor. We have the 7 of Cups. We have the King of Wands. And then we have the 9 of Cups. All right, so let's see. The theme for the masculine, we have 4 and 7, which is 11. 11 and 1, which is 12. 12 and 9, that's 21, which breaks down into a 3. So the masculine has a theme of communication. 3 is the number of communication. All right, so let's take a look at this for the feminine. So 4 of Wands. All right, so there is 4 of Wands definitely is an indicator that there is a foundation here in some way between the feminine and the masculine. This 4 of Wands here can indicate that there is, there is long-term potential here between the two of you. The Knight of Swords, which is actually the King of Swords, this is actually, the feminine is actually in a very masculine energy mode, and why is that? Because we have a theme here for the feminine around action. And I was thinking even before, we added up all of the cards, that this is a very masculine energy. All we have is Wands and Swords. The masculine actually has a more feminine feeling, truthfully. So this King of Swords, going right towards the 4 of Wands here, I feel like there is movement towards this potential of a long-term connection here. There's vision. The feminine has vision of, what could be her reality. Okay? What could be, her truth. There's an element of confidence here. 8 of Wands, here's where the action could come in here. 8 of Wands is about communication. We're definitely going to clarify here. So, there's this energy moving towards this 4 of Wands connection. 4 of Wands definitely could be traditional marriage, but it's also, about a connection, and I always say this about the 4 of Wands, that this is not the type of connection or relationship that, is not based in trust. It's not the type of connection where, you feel the need to check each other's phones or, I don't know, look at each other's social media to try to catch somebody doing something. It's not that type of situation at all. It's based in trust. So if you have a connection or a relationship where, it doesn't have that foundation of trust, even if there is separation here, okay, it's still based in this trust or, the potential of unconditional love. So the people that, that do that, or that, struggle with trusting the other person, this probably isn't your reading. All right. So there's some type of communication here, potentially coming from the feminine. It doesn't necessarily have to be towards the masculine. It could be about something else. Six of Swords, I like seeing this energy. Six of Swords is about finding her peace. Moving towards a more peaceful way of connection, a more peaceful type of relationship. Because Four of Wands is about, traditional relationship. It can be about marriage, but it's equally about freedom. Having freedom within a connection to be able to be who you are, to be able to be authentic. And that is so important. When people talk about, like, you can see it in the comments all the time. You see the comments about how somebody, I'm done with this person, they cheated on me, they did this to me, they're terrible, they're a narcissist. This is not that. Okay? And someday I'm going to do a video, I'm going to do a reading about cheating, because there's definitely different ways, different things to look at when it comes to that. And that's, again, why I don't demonize anybody. And I know people come to tarot readings sometimes to hear readers demonize their person. I can't imagine spending my time, honestly, watching tarot readings, to hear a reader demonize the other person. But you know what? I don't have any judgment. So if that's what people come to these readings for, so be it. But I can already tell you I'm not your reader if that's what your goal is. All right, so we have the basics up here. Down here we have, for the masculine, we have the Emperor, okay, card of Aries. What is this masculine trying to control? What is the masculine, feel the need to control right now? We have Seven of Cups. I feel like the masculine is trying, I feel like the element of fantasy has him or her, for that matter, just the masculine energy, has the masculine in its grips right now. So, this masculine, I think, is finding themselves in spending time in elements of fantasy. And I feel like it feels good to them. It's something that might be a little bit new to them, because I don't feel like this is necessarily coming from when I say fantasy, I don't feel like this is coming from a sexual standpoint. I feel like this is coming from the heart, cups, emotions. So this masculine's allowing themselves to really feel deeply. It might be within their own fantasy world. It might be within their dreams. But I feel like that's a really good energy coming from the masculine. But I feel like it's something that they try to control. And, King of Wands, that's a very, that's a good card to see, because it's like there's this element of fantasy, and then we've got the King of Wands, which is, a very confident, poised, masculine energy that is making decisions from a place of integrity. And then we have Nine of Cups, which is, you know, this lovely energy of allowing themselves to really explore what it would feel like to have their, you know, their wishes fulfilled. But they want to do it. It's like control. And then it's like control emotion. It's like they're controlling their emotion, but they're allowing themselves to explore what it would be like to be able to fully express their emotions towards the feminine. All right, so let's take a look at this a little bit deeper. So Four of Wands, a connection, a strong connection. King of Swords, moving towards this strong connection. There's a lot of truth here, and there's truth in communication. You know, I feel like this particular feminine energy, you know, could be they just have enough masculine energy right now. It's like there's this window of opportunity to be able to say something with authenticity and strength and truth. So Four of Wands, we're going to clarify the Four of Wands. I definitely want to clarify this Eight of Wands for the feminine. And then down here for the masculine, I actually want to clarify the Seven of Cups and this Nine of Cups. All right, so for feminine, Four of Wands, we have Nine of Cups. So, yes, you know, I feel like this is what the feminine sees as her wishes fulfilled. And it could mean a lot of different things. This is truth for her or for him, you know, again, not getting caught up on pronouns. But Four of Wands, you know, again, can be a twin type of connection. It's something that feels very, very good to her, but I feel like there's like a window of masculine energy right now for the feminine, which is a good thing for the feminine. Because for a long time, you know, the feminine energy, I feel like, was more in this Seven of Cups energy. But this is very balanced. Nine of Cups, King of Swords. Eight of Wands, Seven of Cups. Are you kidding me? This, you know, the fact that we have the Seven of Cups and the Nine of Cups down here for the masculine, and then we have the Seven of Cups around communication, which Seven of Cups in a masculine feminine reading is really, you know, is really about the fantasy of this connection. And the feminine is, you know, thinking of taking action in talking about this. You guys might be dreaming about each other right now. All right. And then we have the Nine of Cups for both of you as well. And the Nine of Cups is clarifying this Four of Wands long-term connection. All right, so what do we have for Seven of Cups for the masculine? Five of Wands. All right, so that explains it. That explains why the masculine is heavily in this Seven of Cups energy, even more so than the feminine, okay? And it's because this masculine, in spite of what you might think, has no idea where they stand with the feminine. It's almost like the feminine has has much more power. You know, and when I say power, I just mean you just have, and I can't think of a better word. You know, you have more power in this connection than you have ever realized. And you might be, because we're seeing this window of masculine energy here for the feminine, that might be what you're realizing right now is the power that you have. And the masculine, you know, by going into a more emotional, trying to control it for sure, but being, you know, more emotionally vulnerable, you know, it creates the realization that they really don't know where they stand with you. So 9 of Cups for the masculine, clarified by 3 of Wands. So by one token, they have, you know, they are struggling knowing where they stand. And what their wish fulfilled is knowing what your intentions are. Having the waiting, you know, I feel like this masculine has truly kind of a feminine energy right now. I feel like both of you have flip-flopped here a little bit. But there's an energy of waiting on the masculine side. So I'm going to pull one more card on 5 of Wands. Yeah, we have the Hermit. This masculine is trying to figure out not only what they're feeling and maybe some of the dreams or fantasies that they're having. I feel like, you know, that might feel a little bit foreign to them. You know, they're really looking within as to, you know, I feel like they feel a little bit behind, or they might be realizing things that you were aware of, or if you're the feminine, that you were aware of quite a while ago. I feel like this is illumination. Let's get one more card for 9 of Cups and 7 of Cups. 9 of Cups, 7 of Cups. 2 of Pentacles. 2 of Pentacles clarifying the 9 of Cups. So that's, look at this card. It's like there's the sun here and here's the moon. You know, I feel like this 2 of Pentacles has a very specific message that you go between, you know, a confident sun energy and a very lacking of clarity moon energy. That's what you are going back and forth with. You know, the wish fulfilled, you know, or the wish desired doesn't change, but your energy is constantly changing, flipping and flopping back and forth. Sometimes you feel so confident about this connection, you know, you're ready to burst. And sometimes you're so in the dark that you don't know what to do. And I feel like right now you're in that sun energy. 7 of Cups clarified. Look at 3 of Wands. Are you kidding me? Look at this. There's an energy that you are both waiting. You're both waiting. And the 3 of Wands falls on the 9 of Cups for the masculine. You know, clarifying that his wish is that he knows your intentions. The Three of Wands is falling on the Seven of Cups for you. So you are getting a glimpse into what his intentions are in your dreams. That is amazing. So, what did you both get in this reading? You both got the Three of Wands, you both got the Nine of Cups, and you both got the Seven of Cups. So in essence, you both more than likely are meeting in your dreams because you guys are each other's wish fulfilled, and you both desire to know the other's full intentions. All right, so this is the feminine's intuition. Look at ready to love again. And it says you've healed from the past enough to open your heart to new love. So again, there's action indicated here. And then you also have sovereignty, which, look at 41, adds up to a 5, which is about change. You are in control of the changes around being ready to love again. And that's what your intuition is telling you right now. And that's why there is a sense of, of action for you. Even if it's, within your dreams or in your, in your vision. This feels like you're communicating, I feel like, with this masculine in your dreams. And it's helping to push you or pull you towards a more peaceful existence within this connection. This is not the bubble love phase. This is way beyond that. All right, so what is the masculine's intuition telling him? All right, so we have ceremonies and celebrations. It's a time of important life passages, such as weddings, birthdays, graduations, or anniversaries. Okay? And then we have peace. And then the number 28, which adds up to 10, which breaks down to a 1, which is, wow. So this masculine, his intuition is telling him that he will find peace by taking action. Possibly, you guys might be meeting, unbeknownst to both of you, at some type of ceremony or celebration. That's where some type of action might be happening. And frankly, in these times right now that we're going through, where social distancing is kind of a priority for everybody, that doesn't feel like it's immediate. But this could come up in conversation. This could come up in dreams. We started off with Four of Wands, which is the marriage card. So you never know. All right. So that's for the feminine and masculine energies for, soul connections. It's interesting to see, the mirrored effect, with the same cards. Always amazes me. All right, so that's what I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like this and you want this added in to the weekly readings, just let me know. All right, thanks. Bye.